A major legal victory has just reshaped the federal murder-for-hire case against rapper Lil Durk, and a federal judge didn't hold back while delivering it, publicly calling out prosecutors in open court. Dirk, real name Dirk Banks, has spent nearly 2 years in custody, awaiting trial for the 2022 killing of Severia Robinson in Los Angeles. Prosecutors allege it was a murder-for-hire plot tied to a feud with rapper Quando Rondo, and that Robinson was killed by mistake. His trial was set to begin next month. But less than 3 months before that trial, prosecutors dropped a bombshell. A new superseding indictment, loaded with entirely separate allegations: a shooting in Chicago, an attempted murder in Atlanta, and an alleged drug trafficking operation, all framed as part of one massive racketeering enterprise. Dirk's legal team fought back hard, filing an emergency motion to separate the new charges from the August trial, arguing the last-minute addition threatened his constitutional right to a speedy trial. They said the government could have brought these charges from the beginning, and pointed out that prosecutors had actually tried to introduce the Chicago incident earlier in the case, only to withdraw it in February, before attempting to bring it back months later as a formal charge. The defense called the timing unjustifiable, and said reviewing the new evidence, reportedly requiring a full terabyte of data, was virtually impossible ahead of an August trial. Prosecutors pushed back just as forcefully, insisting the Los Angeles and Chicago incidents were connected as part of the same criminal enterprise, and that the investigation had simply continued to evolve, pointing to co-defendants who only pleaded guilty earlier this year. But U.S. District Court Judge Michael W. Fitzgerald wasn't convinced. In a stunning moment inside the courtroom, the judge sided decisively with Dirk's defense, and didn't stop there. He accused the government of strategic gamesmanship, telling prosecutors directly that their indictment was, in his words, an attempt at having the Chicago tail wag the Los Angeles dog. He suggested the added charges looked like an attempt to strengthen a case prosecutors feared wasn't strong enough on its own. The result: the judge officially severed the Chicago and Atlanta allegations from the case. Dirk will now go to trial August 20th, strictly on the Los Angeles murder-for-hire charge, the trial his defense has been fighting for all along. Outside the courthouse, Dirk's attorney Drew Findling addressed the media, expressing confidence in what he called their innocent client, and thanking the court for its thorough review of the case. Legal analysts say this ruling could be pivotal, not just for the defense's immediate strategy, but for protecting any future conviction from being overturned on appeal. Adding highly prejudicial, out-of-state allegations this close to trial could have created exactly the kind of appellate vulnerability prosecutors can't afford in a case this high-profile. This is shaping up to be one of the most closely watched trials in hip-hop legal history.